What's up guys, Marco here and welcome to today's video where I talk about the quickest and in my opinion also easiest way to be successful with dropshipping in 2018 and beyond. And whether it's $100,000 goal, $500,000, whatever it is, whatever goal you might have. And these are three main things that I want to talk about in this video. So three main things that I believe have the biggest impact and make the biggest change. And I want to start with them now right away. Now there are a lot of different ways to do that. You know, every guru, every consultant, every guy out there basically has different ways of doing that, whether it's general store and Facebook ads and whatever it is. I want to just give you my opinion based on the success of a lot of different students, many clients and also myself, and what I believe is now the easiest and fastest way. So the first thing, very important to basically make your life as a dropshipping entrepreneur easier these days, is to go with high ticket. Now, just 3 days ago, I held my high ticket live training where we had almost 600 signups. It was my first real live webinar. It was pretty cool. And what I teach there and what I talked about was basically everything related to high ticket. And I realized how many people still thought that the only real way to do e-commerce, like dropshipping, whatever, is to sell cheap AliExpress items. So many people still think that this is the model that they should use. Many people still think that this is the only way to go because it's the thing that has been preached by gurus, etc. all the time already. And when I talked about high ticket dropshipping and how it works, how you can use it and the possibilities of it, people, at least many of them, were totally amazed. I think that this is one of the things that has the highest impact in e-commerce in general. If you make the transition from selling $20 products to, for example, $200 products, because one of the main problems is that profit margins are insanely low in dropshipping these days, 2018. Every single day, thousands of businesses and stores and whatever are coming up. And if you are competing against all those people for like $20 products and all of them are trying to make it happen, what happens is you go into a bid war, especially on Facebook ads, but basically everywhere. And if you don't have the budget to keep up for a very long time and optimize and eventually get profitable at some point in time, you are kicked out of the business before you can even really start. And this is the reason why low ticket is so bad. Of course, there are more advantages to high ticket, like with one single sale you can get really high profits to reinvest, and you have to deal with less customers that may file chargebacks and things like that. But the main reason is for me that first of all, competition is lower, and even in markets where you have competition, you can still acquire more, pay more to acquire a customer, which means you can tweak a lot more, you can test more things and all those other stuff. So this is really important, in my opinion, the biggest difference. If you move to that model, at least try it. This makes a huge difference in your business, and suddenly you have a whole new set of opportunities and strategies to use. Now the second thing that goes very well with it, I talk a lot about niche stores and versus general store, and that I highly believe in niche stores, but this is even more relevant when it comes to high ticket. Now for me, it's almost impossible to sell a high ticket product in a general store, right? If you think of this typical Shopify dropshipping general store where you have this typical theme, typical apps and everything, and then you list like random high ticket products, furniture, gadgets, whatever it is in one high ticket store, people just don't buy. I mean, probably very few of them will buy, but in general, your potential is just way lower. So people don't go to a random store that they never heard about where they sell like chairs and medical devices and security cameras and whatever it is. I've seen all these things. They just don't go there and buy something totally random at these stores. So the best way to do it in 2018 is to use high ticket first, but then also place it in a very relevant niche store. And this has a ton of different benefits besides just being more effective and helping people to decide and establishing yourself as an authority, etc., etc. This also helps to increase your conversions because people can now check on different products. You can advertise your whole category and not just individual products. And if you combine like high ticket dropshipping with a niche store that is professionally designed, has some good conversion overhaul if you want, where you don't use all those stupid apps that make your store seem ridiculous, then this has a huge impact, and then you also have the potential to really become, like I just said, the authority in this field where people then go to when they want to check something like this. Now, of course, this isn't easy and this doesn't work for very broad niches, but if you get into something super specific, it is definitely possible that with the right time and effort and also some sort of money, you can become a leader in this particular small sub-niche. So as I said, niche plus high ticket has some amazing benefits, and basically your competition will go from there to somewhere here because you're eliminating all those other people. You have more money to spend on acquiring customers, you have a different, very targeted set of customers, etc., etc., etc. And now the third thing that I want to talk about is combining this with Google Ads. Now, there are a lot of traffic sources, and in my training I also talk a lot about affiliate marketing, and I basically present all sort of things that you can do to acquire customers in high-ticket dropshipping because you have more possibilities. But the biggest one, so the biggest traffic source that you can use for the most products, etc., is definitely Google Ads. So one of the biggest mistakes is that people even now still only think about Facebook ads, and I'm always amazed when people come to me and they're like, oh, I didn't know that Google Ads actually existed. I didn't know that you can use them with dropshipping, just because when they started, some person told them that Facebook ads, AliExpress, Shopify, all together is the way to go. And this is definitely not the case. Yes, Facebook ads can work well. Facebook ads are good in general, but especially on a tight budget, especially when you, when you want to try other things, when you want to actually be profitable without testing thousands of products or hundreds. This was exaggerated, but without testing a lot of products, then Facebook ads are definitely not the way to go. So if you have a limited budget, you go into these bidding wars, you don't know what's happening, you don't really know what your competition is doing, you need the greatest ads. This is all very difficult, and with Google Ads, don't get me wrong, it's still not easy to make like a ton of daily sales with Google Ads, but the point is, it's more beginner friendly in my opinion, and it's also at least easier than on Facebook. So it's still not easy, but it's easier than on Facebook. And the point is that I always believe you should go the way or the path of the least resistance if it's still promising. So Facebook ads plus low ticket plus general store is definitely not more promising than niche store with high ticket with Google Ads and certain other traffic sources. So why would you go that way if on top of that it's also more difficult? So this is why I highly recommend this model, at least trying this out. As I said, niche, high ticket, plus Google Ads, along with some other traffic sources that almost no one is talking about at all. But this combination, just as I said, the path of the least resistance, I know kind of like probably less than 5% of all my subscribers, etc., are doing this, and I highly believe that this is the way to go if you want to make your life a little bit easier and also see success much more likely. So yeah, let me know in the comments whether you worked with high ticket before. Did you try a high ticket product yet? Also make sure that you check the link for my high ticket training. So far, like I said, over 600 people have registered for the pre-live video and they absolutely loved it. I'm really curious what you say about it. As I said, let me know in the comments what you think about high ticket and whether you tried it. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and if you agree, and also subscribe for more e-commerce info like this. I hopefully see you in the next video and hope that you enjoyed this. Bye bye.